Happy Tuesday and welcome to Madeline's Life Management. Today I'm going to be talking about intermittent fasting. I'm going to take a little sip of coffee. So what is intermittent fasting? It's a pattern of eating. So this is not a diet in which you count calories. This is a pattern of eating based on hormone production. So you're not really looking at the foods you eat. You're not looking at how much you exercise, although fasted cardio is one thing that I might get into later. It's basically working out on an empty stomach. I'm getting into it right now. It's working out on an empty stomach so that your body's already expended all of its glycogen stores. So now you're just burning the fat. You're not burning off what you just ate. So the concept's really cool. Let's get back into intermittent fasting and what it's all about. Really, it's looking at two major hormones, insulin and human growth hormone. So insulin rises every time you eat something. So this does not include things like coffee, tea, water, things like that. Instead, it includes if you have an apple, very healthy. If you have a piece of bread, less healthy. If you have cookie dough, we're going down that way. But your insulin spikes. And what insulin does is it's the hormone in the body that helps store fat. So it's also important to note that in the presence of insulin, human growth hormone is blocked. So human growth hormone is the main fat burning hormone. This, of course, is crucial because when insulin rises, not only is it helping to store fat, but it's also blocking that fat burning hormone. It is important to talk about with the time in which this occurs. So if you fast for 14 hours plus, and of course this includes when you're sleeping, insulin levels go down and human growth hormone spikes. So if you are going to fast, you want to do it for at least 14 hours. I think the main fast is the 16-8 split, where you fast for 16 hours and eat for 8 of them. And that's what I'm doing right now, which is very maintainable and you really don't even notice it. Whereas for the experiment that I've just done, I did the 24 split, which means that you're eating for 4 hours and you're fasting for 20. And I did that because, of course, I wanted more drastic results for this. And I also am rather an extreme individual. And so if I'm going to try something, I want to be extreme. And then if I decide to keep on doing it in the long run, I'm going to make it more maintainable to my lifestyle. I think it's important we talk about a myth that I grew up believing and still sometimes struggle with. And that is that to keep your metabolism up and going, you need to constantly be ingesting food. That is not the case. That just means that your digestive system is working overtime. There are other ways to make sure your metabolism stays alert. And one of the ways I do this is by taking a cheat day. And that means that I'm going to shock my body. I'm going to surprise it with all this intake of food and it has to kind of figure out what to do. Other people wonder, if I go into starvation mode, what does that mean? Keep your metabolism going by taking cheat days and also by keeping your caloric intake up. So if you have the amount of calories you're supposed to have each day, your metabolism is going to stay high. It's when you start training your body to live off of less and less calories that your metabolism will slow as well. So if you're supposed to be having 1,500 as a woman, 1,500 calories each day, and you slowly work to 1,000, you're gonna start by having a big weight loss, and then your metabolism is going to slow a bit. So just make sure you're getting your calories in, unless of course you would like a deficit. Feel free to shock your body by doing different workouts or different eating patterns, different foods, things like that. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Have a wonderful rest of your week.